Hey everyone, this is Nick here at WeLoveNoCode and Alex.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I think it's going to change the world.
How's it going, brother?
I'm tired and I want to die.
Why?
Can you feel me a little bit closer? Yes.
Alex, I think we are starting. Hey everyone, this is Nick here at WeLoveNoCode and Alex, and we are currently heading on a road in Palo Alto in California, and today is a very great day happening for us. And Alex, what happens for us today?
Yeah, so today, Jeremy, the founder of WeLoveNoCode tool, is coming to visit us here. We are super excited about that. Why, Nick? Why are you excited?
Because Jeremy is literally an Adala itself. He built one of the first actual no-code tools that allows you to build whatever you want without writing a single line of code, a mobile app and a web app. And it was one of the most successful companies, and it actually still is. So we were just heading to the shop and randomly got an idea. Why don't we record today? Why don't we make a video of it? What do we talk about, and just our day in life, and see what happens.
We've never done this before, so we know that most probably this is going to be cringe, but still we're going to try, because as our friends say, done better than perfect.
But we will try to make it as interesting as possible, and I promise you it will be. So stay put. I don't know, whatever you do, subscribe for the channel or put a like. It will just really help. Eat something, and let's go.
Yo, guys, look at this beautiful view. So right now, I'm heading to Nick's apartment to check on him because the adult founder is coming in a couple of hours. Let's see what he's doing. Yo, bro! How's it going, brother?
I'm tired and I want to die.
Why? What happened?
Because I slept 5 hours, no, 4 I think, or something.
Yeah.
So folks, you will in a few minutes see how we're
hustling
and how we are actually partying. I honestly have never been on a party where the DJs are the founders of Reddit and Twitter, and Twitch, Justin Khan. So I'm very pumped up about that, honestly.
Guys, and I'm super jealous that you'll be seeing Nick flexing for the first time.
Because really? The first time? No, we were on the party before.
No, the guys will be seeing you the first
time.
God,
this is so cringe.
When I saw you first time, I was pretty surprised. So let's get back to work and see you guys in the next episode with Jeremy, hopefully already.
Our house. This is our house.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you a lot.
There's a car on your side.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you a lot. Okay, this is our house. And let us show where do we live. Hmm? Well, okay. Okay, let's go. Alex, you need to introduce everyone.
Okay guys, so we don't know how our friends are going to react because we haven't told them that we're going to record this video. So probably you'll see some cringe now. Daniel, come!
Daniel, brother, we are recording the day in the life of WeLoveNoCode with Adala founder. We just decided randomly to do that, to show what is it like to build a company, to live in the Silicon Valley and so on. So who?
You're too happy.
Daniel.
Because we already passed the line of this feeling so cringe. Wait for you to adapt.
Alex, who is Daniel? Can you introduce us to him?
Daniel is a great guy. Daniel is a hacker, so he's constantly hacking something. Not literally. Well, who knows?
Okay guys, we are currently traveling to the airport to pick the car, and actually I have one person here with me. This is Jeremy. Jeremy, the founder of Adala. Jeremy, I really appreciate you for coming. Where did you come from actually?
Yeah, thanks for hitting me to come out. I was coming from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, so we again heading to pick the car to spend the whole day driving, don't yet know where. That's basically our Uber with this small window where we look where we are going. And yeah, that's basically it. That's the start of the day, and we'll see what will happen next. See you all. Alex, where are you going?
To some beach together with Jeremy and Diana. Some coast.
This is Diana. This is our driver today. we're paying her $100 per month or $20 per drive. No, it's a joke.
Common conundrum of man. Good people question if there is one. Well, bad is soon good. Disregard the taboo victims. Think it's pretty hard.
Horizontal filming.
I mean, Santa Cruz is popular because of surfing, I think, mainly. It's like the surfing capital.
Oh, okay. Did you know that?
You can see people
Yeah,
out
all
there.
the-
Really?
All the brand names are Santa Cruz.
This is where you learn to surf. If you want to learn to surf, yeah.
Well, I guess so. Why? Lest I trust you with my soul.
Jeremy, how many times did you see this?
Have I seen this?
Yes, this
Hundreds?
scene.
Hundreds?
Oh my god.
Well, I guess I'll never know. Lest I trust you with my soul. Well, I guess I'll never know.
Okay, Nick, so where are you located right now? Where did you come?
Big Sur, but I think it's only the beginning of Big Sur. I think there is much more on this.
Is this the place where they took the picture, the wallpaper of the macOS? Or it's not the place?
I think it might be. but
Might be.
I'm not entirely sure. You gotta look it up.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll say that this is the place. If not, we'll just cut it.
You just keep saying that for every place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, just a couple of more times, and that's it.
Well, if not, then not. Beautiful.
Or like who he is that I built for myself.
I guess this is Big Sur. Like, this is it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, horizontal.
I really cannot relax. I'm like looking at this beautiful scene, and the only thing I'm thinking is like how to learn. So, imagine like you have scheduled like a call with like some interesting person, and you have a call with that person with maybe like 2 hours from now, maybe like 1 hour from now.
Yeah.
No, actually half an hour from now.
Okay, 15 minutes.
You only have 30 minutes. How can you make that time with that person like as productive as possible? Like, and that person, that let's imagine that this is like Daniel Field, founder of Figma, for example.
Right.
How can you make that like productive? Like what? Yeah, what? How to do it? How people do that?
If you go back to sales, the strategy is not to make the call as productive as possible, it's just to get a second call.
Really?
Is to get them to sign up for another call, and then you just do it that time.
This was Jeremy's tactic.
Yeah, this
when
was
we
my dating
went on our
tactic
first
also.
date. He secured our second date during
Second
the
and
first
third.
date.
Second and third.
Yeah, and then we went on the following dates, and he was like, "Yeah, I used the sales tactic to hang out with you again." I was like, "What the hell?"
But how did he do that exactly?
Well, you
Well-
just make the appointment.
Instead of trying to like get everything done in one conversation, you just try to schedule the next conversation during that conversation before it's over.
Yeah. Just make sure you
Oh,
get something
yeah.
lined up. That's it.
Actually, a cringe story that I told Jeremy yesterday. Very, very, very cringe one, unfortunately. So what happened is that we had a call, and during the call, he asked me a bunch of questions. I answered all of them, and then he asks me something like, "What questions you have now for me?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really have any questions because, like, I literally,
You know everything.
Yeah, on another monitor, I have not monitor, but another part of the screen, I literally have like a huge guide of like Daniel Field or like who he is that I built for myself. And I said like, no, there is nothing. Like I already learned everything about you. And he's like, well, I didn't say that, of course. I said just there is nothing. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, thank you. Like bye. And then I was like, well, I did it great. And then like one day after, I got like almost a depression, but like anxiety, because I was like afraid that I should have asked something. But eventually it went pretty well. Well, actually cannot say that on the video yet, but by the time this video will be live, probably it will already also announced.
Looking back, what would you have asked him?
Firstly, look at these beautiful cows.
Yeah, I'm filming everything, man.
You filmed them, right?
Yeah.
We need to notice that.
We need to come back and have a steak for dinner.
Bro, you're literally like cutting chances of like all vegans to put a like on this video. when
You gotta be polarizing.
I'm kidding, guys.
okay, yes, he's kidding. He's
kidding.
actually vegan. So
No, I'm not.
okay, you just failed everything. So what was the question? Yeah, what I should ask him? What I should have asked him? Well, right now I'm interested in learning, so I'm curious, like, what are the systems that he used for? Maybe Daniel, if you will be watching this video, please like tell me how did you learn new stuff all the time? How did you make sure that you are like always on top of things? And how did you make sure that you are always like growing every day and every second of your life? And besides that, another question will be like, how can one be as great person as Dylan himself, because he's honestly like a very humble guy. No, like honestly, he's the most humble person I have known. And yeah, and the third one is like probably like when will he read my email? Because I sent him a follow up and he never opened it, despite that he said he promised he will. So yeah,
Probably you should have asked those questions.
You should have asked him during the meeting to do the next meeting.
yeah, well, that's actually a mistake. This is just a mistake from my side, I guess.
Always close.
Always be closing. But yeah, I did a mistake. Other than that, I hope I will still be able to ask him a couple questions, but that's primary. How does he learn? Jeremy drove us to our house. To his house, sorry. On the camera, say that on the camera.
Say it.
Diane, so I have this question for you. Another boring question. So you're working on 2 companies right now, right? So your own company with Candles, and also you're helping Jeremy with your building together inventory. What helps you to stay productive?
This is actually like the number one question I get asked.
Really?
I guess because it is difficult to balance 2 different things. But for me, I think I was kind of explaining to you last night, Nick, kind of like my ideal week. It was just, you do what feels, I don't know, like what feels right for the day. Like when I wake up, I kind of just keep an open schedule and tackle things that need to be done, or I feel like I have the energy to like take care of that for that day. So for example, I make candles, and that's like a very laborious, hands-on physical task that I don't have the actual like physical energy and muscles to do every single day. But if I wake up and I feel really good and I just like feel healthy, like I'm not sick or anything, like absolutely I'll take care of that. But like if I'm having an off day where I feel like, oh, I have a headache or like I don't feel so well, then of course I will prioritize like admin tasks, like computer work, something like that. You're good. So it's really just
Sharing your base, sorry.
it's really just dependent on like what needs to be done, and then just like how I ultimately feel.
Got it. So you don't usually plan ahead, like for a week or for a month?
Not really. I mean, of course, like you plan meetings with other people, or like you have deadlines, but like everything else kind of I just tackle it as it comes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, probably a lot of young people will watch this video, and the question that they will have will be essentially, what is like one piece of advice you could like give me? What is like one thing that you can teach me, probably? So imagine that maybe some 18-19-year-old person is watching this video, maybe like even less. What is it that one piece of advice you would give them? What is it maybe a piece of advice you would give to a younger self, like one thing? Jeremy?
I mean, I think 2 things probably would be, don't overthink it. Like, don't think so hard that you have to figure out the answer to everything right now, but also at the same time, like, don't do things slowly that leads you to a place you don't want to be. Like, make sure you're moving in the right direction.
How did you come up with an idea of Adala eventually? Well, obviously, I know that you answered this question millions of times on like different podcasts and stuff, but still.
I mean, it was like a couple different things. I think that I had initially been introduced to no code by the Bubble guys actually, because I was supposed to be their intern in summer 2014.
Oh,
Their first hire intern, but then they gave me a very lowball offer, so I ended up going somewhere else.
That's it.
But then 3 years later, in 2017, I was like, they still haven't done shit. Like, they're still the same. And so I had kind of followed the space for a while. It didn't seem like anybody had really solved the UX problem very well. Like, at the time, I know it's improved now, but Bubble's UX was very, very poor. And it wasn't really easily comprehensible for somebody who didn't know how to no code to use their tool. And so I thought that I could do better. I don't know. The world is the judge of whether we did that or not. But that was how I kind of got into it. I just also seen like React had evolved since then. I had built some iOS apps and seen like constraint layouts and that stuff. And so it seemed like there was a lot of things happening at that moment in 2017 that were like ripe for the picking, if that makes sense.
What are the hardest moments that happened in in that journey while you was building Adala in those 3 years basically? What is like the the hardest moment that happened in your life?
I mean, the hardest moment for Adala was like before it actually was Adala, probably, because I had been working on it for 1 year and I had essentially no traction. I was telling you guys there were 4 users.
Yeah.
And then there were, we had built apps for a couple people using it, or I had. It was basically me, and then I had a guy who was helping me a little bit with marketing. But I had run out of money. I had like no traction, no investors interested. Nobody was talking about no code as a space yet. So that was like a year before all the no code hype started. And so it was basically just like, do I continue or do I just get a job? Luckily, I continued doing it, but it was pretty hard. I remember I was like, I had a jar of quarters, and I took them to the ATM or like to the bank and like put them in the bank, so I could have enough money to pay the credit card minimum for the month.
Oh my god!
And that was 1 year before I met you.
I don't think.
And so you basically started to work with your co-founders, and eventually I think you did a great success, and eventually, as far as I know, as far as I saw, you raised a bunch of money, at least $8 million that I saw on Crunchbase, right?
Yeah, I mean, while I was there, I was only 1.7, I think.
Oh, 1.7.
Yeah, but then they raised the Series A right after we were in the process of looking for Series A investors when I left, and then they ended up a few months later figuring that out.
I see. What is it hard to, preparing for Series A? What was it like? What was it like to, to prepare the company for $8 million?
I mean, I think that, the problem was basically like we had good user growth. We had a couple firms that were like ready to go, but then when they looked at our Stripe data and like more details, they were like, you have 18% churn rate, or you have like these other things that are wrong. And so I think we didn't do a very good job of like polishing everything up, and that's basically just what happened. Learning how to tell the story in a positive light and explaining these things, getting ahead of them, as opposed to like letting people come to you with issues, if that makes sense.
How did you find them? Did they reach out to you by themselves, or did you actually, poke the investor interest? Or
most of the investors that were for the Series A were people that had found me directly, or found us directly. The people that we actually ended up raising money for the seed round and the pre-seed were both like kind of existing acquaintances. I raised 20 grand from a guy that I went to college with. That was an incubator. And then we raised 600 from David's former boss, and then we ended up raising 1 million from an intro from him. So it kind of all was like intros to intros. Like that's the easiest way to raise money, but sadly, I was afraid that certain things didn't work.
That's it? I mean, Okay, so we just arrived to the party. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We just arrived from the party, and it was pretty fun. We met Justin Khan, the co-founder of Twitch, although it was very, very crowded there, and we left pretty early, like 11 p.m. something. Well, usually people leave at like 3 a.m. or something in the morning, but still. So yeah, feeling very tired. Probably will go to sleep right now. Yeah, just wanted to let you know, folks, that this is how WeLoveNoCode team spends its only like weekend, Saturday. Tomorrow for us will be a pretty hard day, Sunday. We'll spend it on reflections, on strategizing, on thinking, on planning, and so on. Trying to figure out how do we bring more and more value to people and to companies, and to help them build products faster, and also to help no-code talent find their dream jobs. Other than that, if you are looking to help us on the mission, feel free to check our open positions, or ping me on my LinkedIn or anywhere else, and you know, let us know why you would like to help, why you would like to join. Yeah, if this video, if our like Saturday didn't scare you, and if you think that this is how you would like to spend your weekends, ping us. We are always open to meet new folks.
Yo, guys, so Alex and Nick is here.